Wrap your hands around a Winchester Super X4. It's light on the shoulder and points and swings as smooth as honey butter on a hot biscuit. Most of all, it functions freely when the north wind blows cold. The fastest cycling, most reliable, best patterning auto-loading shotgun ever made. The Winchester Super X4.
This week on Winchester and Drury's Natural Barn.
Today is the second day of Missouri gun season. I got my dad with me. I'm after Bigfoot, and there's a couple other bucks here that I want him to shoot. That's a shooter, for sure. Shooter.
Matt.
Awesome. Congrats. Oh, it's Bigfoot. There he is. He's right there.
Matt.
Oh, Matt, we got him. Oh, I just killed Bigfoot.
This week on Winchester and Drury's Natural Barn, we meet up with Adam Anderson for a father-son hunt in Missouri.
And this buck just appeared out of this bottom.
Then Adam brings it home with a monster 182-inch Missouri bruiser.
My goodness, look at those tines.
This is one you do not want to miss.
So we're going back a couple years, and I've actually owned this farm now for 3 years, and I've got this one deer, and he's an absolute giant. We've seen him a few times that year. I found one of his sheds, shed hunting that next spring, and I told myself that I was going to let him walk at 3.5 years old. I knew he was going to be a mega giant, but it was probably going to pay off because this deer was such a homeboy. And I figured maybe I'd have an opportunity at him if I let him live another year. So ended up, I let him walk at 3.5 years old. My buddy JT and I were sitting in the blind the first time we encountered him, and he comes out, put on a show, and I honestly was kind of kicking myself after we let him walk, but whenever I got home and looked at the footage, I was super glad that I did. So the story with Bigfoot continues. Okay, well, it was the morning of November the 8th, and I'm sitting there in the muddy bowl, self-filming, and sure enough, Bigfoot comes out. He's 3.5 years old. I let him walk again.
I can't shoot him. He needs one more year at least.
And then 45 minutes later, a buck that I called the Kicker 10 walks out, and I got him on the ground.
That's so awesome. That's so much fun whenever a plan comes together like that.
Okay, so now we fast forward through gun season, and Bigfoot actually made it through gun season. I went up to the farm the day after rifle season, and he was the first deer that came out into the field. So it was an awesome feeling.
Well, that is a beautiful sight right there. Man, I'm so glad he made it. He's so big.
So we picked up one of his sheds while turkey hunting that year. So now we fast forward to the summer of 2018, and the deer I call Bigfoot shows back up on the Reconyx cameras, and he is regular, and he is a mega Missouri giant. I am so pumped. I'm so ready for deer season.
All right, well, it is August the 11th. I'm up here at the farm this afternoon. This is the same farm that I've got the Big 10 I call Bigfoot that he lives on. And I passed him last year a couple times. Actually, I passed him the morning that I killed the Kicker 10 in the same field out of that blind.
I love this new muddy bull blind.
This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm probably going to kill him on this field if I'm going to kill him this year. I swear he bedded, right there. He lived right here on about 40 acres, it seemed, which is unreal for a Missouri deer, but that's just what I've really noticed about this deer is he just doesn't travel very much. And I don't know if it's because he's got that big swollen right front foot, but that's why I named him Bigfoot, by the way.
So we get all the food plots planted on the farm, get everything going, and I've actually got a hunt in Kentucky, the first part of September, so I head to Kentucky, didn't have any luck, but Bigfoot disappeared for a couple weeks during September, about the time he lost his velvet, so I got nervous, and then on September the 18th, he shows back up, he's in daylight, and I think I can kill this deer.
All right, well, it is October the 6th. I'm back in the blind again this afternoon. Tonight, I'm set up on this beautiful biologic winter bulb and sugar beet and radish field. I've got radishes here to the left of me and kind of here in the front, and then also I've got winter bulbs and sugar beets a little bit further out. So I'm set up in the muddy bowl tonight. You know, we've got a cold front that moved in last night. The high is 56 degrees today. It's been in the low 80s for the high for the last few days. So I think tonight they're gonna move. DeerCast says the movement's gonna be great. So I've got my fingers crossed. I got my PSE ready. I hope they move tonight. Wish me luck. Hopefully I can get it done tonight. So stick with me. It's gonna be a good night, I think.
Okay, so now it's October the 6th. I'm self-filming in a muddy bowl. I'm sitting on a biologic deer radish field, and it had been kind of raining off and on, seen a couple does, and no bucks yet. And I looked up on the other side of the field, and here comes Bigfoot. So after he walks out, he stands on the edge of the timber forever, it seemed like, and finally he starts working my way. Man, I just screwed up. Big time. Gosh dang it, I hate self-filming. That was probably the worst feeling in the world, you know. I've had this 180-inch deer, less than 40 yards, and you know, the deer that I've had sleepless nights about, dreaming about, I can't get this deer out of my mind. I finally got an opportunity, and I screwed it up. Dang it, my up and down, or my left and right was perfect. I put it aimed a little bit low, thinking that he was gonna drop, and he didn't move. Gosh darn, he didn't drop at all. So after I shot at him that night, he actually disappeared for like 10 or 11 days, and one night I'm sitting on the couch at home, and I've got a Reconnex wireless camera up at the farm. I get a picture, I look at it, and it's Bigfoot, and he is back. Needless to say, the story with Bigfoot continues.
This segment is brought to you by Outdoor Edge, makers of the sharpest, strongest replaceable blade knives.
You're dedicated to the hunt, putting in the time, the sweat, the energy, no matter the cost. During the off-season, in the heat of summer, or the cold of winter, scouting, setting up your gear and equipment, and making plans through every step. When it's finally go time, when it's you versus him, that's when you give your best, because nothing is worse than ending a hunt before it begins with unwanted odor. Scent Crusher. Scent off. Game on.
Forecasting deer movement was just the beginning, and DeerCast has evolved into so much more, offering groundbreaking new features like DeerCast Track, our comprehensive shot tracking guide, a 10-day deer movement forecast, and DeerCast Custom, the ability to tweak our proprietary DeerCast algorithm to best represent your individual hunting areas. Because we don't want to just get you in front of that perfect whitetail. We want you to be ready for everything that comes after. So get ahead of your game and stay there with DeerCast.
The old adage, you get what you pay for, still holds true today. Reconyx trail cameras have a well-earned reputation of being the most dependable, longest-lasting cameras available. Thousands of cameras we built over 10 years ago are still in use today. And if you ever do have a problem, you can rest assured that we'll stand behind our products with world-class service and support. In the end, you really do get what you pay for. So why not invest in an American-made game camera that will be there for you year after year, guaranteed. Reconyx, see what you've been missing.
You grow to love the repetition. Enter at the Old Elm, Third Maple on the right. Maybe today. Maybe not. Sleep, refuel, try again. This time is different. I've elevated myself.
Winchester and Drury's Natural Born is brought to you by Sin Crusher, Bass Pro and Cabela's, Ram Trucks, Reconyx Game Cameras, Nomad Apparel, Mossy Oak Camouflage, Analogics Outdoors, DeerCast, and Winchester Ammunition. Well, it looks like Bigfoot is still on the loose. After a tough miss from the Missouri Giant with his PSE in hand, Adam Anderson is still in pursuit of that elusive creature.
I need to get this monkey off my back. It's been a rough one so far.
Now it's time to get out the Winchesters, and it's also time for Adam's dad, Lenny, to join him in the blind. With Bigfoot still on his mind, Adam is also hoping that a mature buck comes out so his dad can fill his tag.
So it's late October, and my buddy Vic had come up to film me for about a week, and we hunted this deer so hard every morning and every night, and we were just playing cat and mouse. We'd be on one side of the farm, he'd be on the other. So Vic elected to help me move the Muddy Bowl to the other side of the farm for gun season. We put it up on top of a hill so we could see that whole west side of the farm. Well, it was opening weekend of Missouri gun season, and the last couple of years I've kind of made it a tradition with my dad to actually take him up to the farm and try to get him on a good buck with his rifle.
All right, well, it is November the 11th. We're back in the Muddy Bowl again this morning. Today is the second day of Missouri gun season. I got my dad with me. I'm after Bigfoot, and there's a couple other bucks here that I want him to shoot. I know Bigfoot's still alive. I had his picture this morning about 2 o'clock on the cell camera. So I'm so excited that he made it through opening day yesterday. It's a great feeling, and we are on pins and needles in this blind this morning, looking, see if we can spot this buck down in these drills. We can see a lot of ground here. Hopefully we can spot him and put the Winchester to work this morning. Hopefully we see some deer, and hopefully we can kill Bigfoot.
Okay, so as we're sitting there, we were seeing deer, so we told each other that we were just gonna sit there and plan for an all-day sit and just see what happened.
Well, we've been sitting here all morning, and it's been pretty slow. We've seen a few small bucks, a few does, and just nothing that we really want to kill yet.
So sure enough, we were sitting there, and it was about 1 o'clock in the afternoon or so, and we heard a four-wheeler fire up on the neighbors, and we looked up, and here comes a really good buck coming into the field.
There's a buck. That's a shooter, for sure. Shooter. Don't shoot, just wait. That's that one buck I want you to shoot. He ain't going nowhere. Don't do anything yet. Just wait. Ready?
Matt?
He can't be very far. Good. He can't be very far. Nice. Awesome, man. Nice. Awesome. That's awesome. Man, that happened so fast. We literally heard those four-wheelers and these people walking over here. Looked up here, and this buck just appeared out of this bottom. He was right there. How far was it? 80 yards? 75 yards?
Probably 80 yards.
That's awesome. Nice. Well, we're gonna give him a few minutes, look at the footage, and go down there and see if we can find him.
Awesome.
So, congrats.
Awesome.
Let's go find your buck. Let's go get it. Well, Dad shot that buck about 15 minutes ago. We sat in the blind, we watched the footage. We're certain that he hit the buck, but we're not for sure where. We're gonna walk over here and see if we can find some blood. Dad, look right there. There he is, laying right there on the edge.
Got him.
Nice. I thought you got him. It looked like you did on the footage. That's awesome. He didn't go probably 70 yards. Awesome. Look at that. That is a toad. Look how big that body is. I told you that deer was super old. That's he's a 7 or 8 year old buck.
You know, it's always a good time, getting to get out there with my dad and, spend some time with him in the deer woods. And it's always a bonus whenever he kills a good buck like he has the last couple years. So what great memories, and you just can't beat it.
All right, well, here is Dad's Missouri buck, and he is an absolute giant. Huge body, probably one of the biggest bodied deer I've ever seen. Hadn't seen a whole lot of movement today. It's been pretty slow. But then we looked to the north, and the neighbors were actually starting to get up and move around a little bit. We've seen some orange, so we turned on the camera and said it could happen anytime. So, and sure enough, this deer came out following 3 or 4 does, and the shot was a little bit further back than what we like, but he didn't go probably 50, 60 yards off this field, and he was done. So the Winchester found its mark, and what a great deer for Dad for another Missouri buck. So congrats, Dad. It's been fun. Thanks for sitting with me. Stick with us. We're gonna keep it rolling. What an awesome day.
So I dedicated all my time from then on that I was gonna kill Bigfoot. So now we fast forward to the second weekend of Missouri gun season, and I had my buddy Matt Anderson had come up to film me, and as we were headed to the farm, I got a picture on my wireless camera, and it was Bigfoot coming back into the farm, and we were literally 30 minutes from there. So I told Matt, I said, we're either gonna bump him this morning or we're gonna kill him.
All right, well, it is November the 17th. We're back in the Muddy Bowl again this morning. I've got Matt behind the camera, and we just had pictures of my big boy, Bigfoot, at 4:32 this morning, and he was coming back into my farm on the cell cam. He was 150 yards just north of us here. I got a camera up there, and he was headed my direction, so that's a good sign. The neighbors are back hunting this weekend, so fingers crossed maybe Bigfoot will give me an opportunity this morning, and we can get him down and end a great story on a great Missouri buck.
It started to get daylight, and we started seeing a few deer. And we're sitting there, and I looked up, and 100 yards right in front of us, there stood Bigfoot.
Oh, it's Bigfoot. There he is. He's right there. Stay on him, okay?
Matt?
We got him.
Oh, Matt, we got him.
I think I got that part.
Oh, baby. Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh, I just killed Bigfoot. I have been hunting that deer so hard.
Oh my goodness, I'm shaking like a leaf. This is so emotional for me. We've been hunting. I've been hunting. Matt's up here filming me right now. And I've hunted the last 3 days, all day long, all day sets. After that one deer. I've hunted so hard. I put in so much time planning the food plots, moving blinds, checking cameras, hanging stands. And I just killed him. This is so awesome. This is the biggest deer of my life ever.
I had finally got Bigfoot on the ground, and it was a very emotional morning for me. You know, I had so many hours and so much, you know, time and work into this one deer, and honestly, like, that's the best feeling ever. You know, after you kill a deer that you've been chasing so hard and you've dreamed about for a couple years, and I finally got Bigfoot on the ground. What an awesome, awesome experience.
Oh my goodness. Look at those tines. Those tines. Look at this deer. Oh my gosh. Matt, what did I just do? Look at him. He is so big. This is Bigfoot. Oh my Lord.
What an awesome morning that was for me in the deer woods. You know, finally getting the dream buck, a buck of a lifetime for me. Bigfoot is on the ground, and I could not be any more happy.
All right, well, it's November the 17th, and what a day to remember. I have been hunting this deer I call Bigfoot now for all season long. He's the only deer I've been after. I've got several other deer on other farms, but my focus has been on him. I actually missed him on October the 6th with my bow. So he's actually a 6x5, a big 11 pointer, and I'm so excited. I could not be happier. What a great buck, and thanks Matt for coming up and filming me. It's much appreciated, and just thanks for everybody that was involved, you know, in helping me get this deer on the ground. I couldn't be happier, so what an awesome day, and wow, what a giant. It's been amazing.
Congrats to Adam Anderson on one magnificent Missouri buck. Not to mention the successful father-son hunt with Adam's dad. That is truly what hunting is all about.
Awesome. Congrats. Awesome.
We have now reached the end of our 11th season of Winchester and Drury's Natural Born, and we look forward to bringing you more great hunting action in season 12.
The revolutionary hunting app that took the Whitetail Woods by storm just got better. 10-day forecast, algorithm customization, detailed tracking insights, and much more. Get ahead of your game with DeerCast.
On to the next job. The next challenge. The next place. On to the next level. And all the rewards that come with it. The all-new Ram 1500. Motor Trend's 2019 Truck of the Year. Everything you need to get on to bigger things.
We know if you found one crappie, you may have found 1,000. We know the joy of getting your boots back in the mud. We know the journey can be more rewarding than the destination. We know the great outdoors. We love the great outdoors. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Stop by today for huge savings on the gear you need and the brands you trust. Plus, free 2-day shipping at BassPro.com and Cabela's.com.
Country. It's not a place you visit, a station on the radio, or even a state of mind. It's who you are. It finds its roots in your connection with the land and the animals that live there. You go the extra mile, always give back more than you take. You put family first and sow seeds for the next generation to reap. You get up before dawn to see the world more clearly. That's country. Mossy Oak Breakup Country.
We're adding new videos every week, so make sure to click that subscribe button and check out all of our amazing content. This episode of DoD TV was brought to you by Leupold.